Hey guys, we are back with part 2, dos, of our Japan travel tips. The first part we were in Tokyo. For part 2, we are going to be talking about Kyoto and Osaka. Osaka. All right. Do you have any helpful tips from the first time that we need to talk about again?
I would say getting from Tokyo to Kyoto and Osaka,
Oh, right.
you buy a
Train pass.
tourist train pass and just have it shipped to your house.
No, we had to pick it up at the airport.
The train tickets?
Yeah. The train pass we had to pick up at the airport.
What did we get in the mail then? What was that?
So when you order your tourist train pass, they give you a voucher. You take the voucher to the airport, and then they give you the actual train pass.
Oh, it was in
Yeah.
a really thick envelope because it came with like a tour
Yeah.
book or something.
So the train pass is for tourists only because it's like a super cheap deal to ride the bullet train for 7 days. And that's what we took to go from Tokyo to Kyoto to Osaka. And then we went back to Tokyo to catch the airplane because it was cheaper that way, right?
To fly out of Tokyo
Yeah.
than it was to fly out of Osaka.
Yep, but since we were in Japan, we definitely had to go to Kyoto and Osaka. Had to check out all the major cities, and yeah, let's go. All
So
right.
this was on the bullet
oops,
train.
I gotta resize this. On the bullet train, what do we got here? We got bento boxes.
We got bento boxes.
Mm-mm-mm.
That was a request that I had made because I like to watch people eat Japanese food on YouTube. And one of the things was if you're in Japan and you're going to be on the bullet train is to get these bento boxes. And it's really cool because, there's a lot of kiosks in the train station where you can buy these. And they come in all different sizes and they have all different kinds of
Yummy.
food in there. So the Mount Fuji one was the one that I got, and then you got one that was
I don't know what it says,
pork
but
or something. I don't know.
it's like some sort of it's chicken teriyaki bento. Those little words in the bottom.
Oh, it was chicken? I
Yeah.
thought it was pork for some reason.
So there's my chicken.
Yeah, so this was Jason's chicken teriyaki.
Mm.
It was really good. The yellow stuff is egg. The brown stuff in the corner is beef.
Sure.
And then you have potato salad, and you have pickled vegetables, and some pickled ginger,
Yep.
some peas on top of the chicken.
And it's a great.
And then everything is on top of rice.
It's
and
a great little snack to eat while you're on the train. Here's
yeah,
Kathy's.
and this was mine. And I had a lot of stuff on there.
I think
all
they're
different
like-
kinds of...
They're like $10 each, and we got these at the train station. It was like we made our seat reservation, which you don't need to do, but we made one anyway for the bullet train. Then we went through the ticket booth, and then right before we got on the train, there was this little kiosk selling bento boxes. So we were like, oh, perfect for breakfast. And I think they're only like $10 each, which is, not bad for a meal to go, right?
They also sell food on the train, but I think the first time we were on the train, it took the lady like an hour and a half to get to us, and by then I had already finished my bento box.
Yep.
And I wasn't gonna wait for her.
Hey, Falcon Killer, thanks for joining us with your little Minecraft faces.
Yeah, why are you crying? Why are you crying?
So, yeah,
I'm showing you food here.
the bullet train's like a 2 to 3 hour ride.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that bad.
Yeah, it was like a 3-hour ride. It wasn't very crowded either.
Yeah. Well,
and
we
people there on the train, they don't talk. Like,
it's very quiet.
you're on a commuter train, you don't talk.
Here's the bullet train.
There's like 5,000 people on the train, nobody talks.
Very quiet train.
It's very quiet. Everything is so clean.
Very spacious.
Very spacious.
I wish airplanes were like this.
Yeah, it was incredible. Like, you can stretch out all like your
And
entire...
the seat goes back like almost all the way.
Yeah, the seat pretty much is like in someone else's crotch. It's
But-
like it goes all the way back.
Apparently in Japan, I think it's like rude to recline your seat all the way. So,
So
if
you have
people,
to be modest.
So even though the seat goes all the way back, people only go like
A little bit.
little bit.
Except for like foreigners. You can see who's rude because they're foreign and then they just like,
They just go
they're
all the
just
way.
lying in someone's crotch. So
what happened next?
So these are the lockers.
Oh yeah, so we had to bring all of our luggage from. We had to bring all of our luggage from
Osaka to
Tokyo
Kyoto.
to Kyoto.
No, not from Tokyo to Kyoto. From Kyoto to Tokyo. Wait.
We were in Tokyo.
Okay, yeah. So from Tokyo to Kyoto,
We had to bring all our luggage.
we had to bring our luggage and we had to store it somewhere because we were only going to be in Kyoto for a few hours.
Right, so
it was
if-
just like a stop
Yep.
over to Osaka.
So if you're planning to be in Kyoto just for part of the day, you can have these storage lockers to put your bags. The only downside is on the day that we were in Japan, the lockers were closed. That's what I had to pull out my Google Translator and it said
Yeah,
said
because we were walking around it and I was like, why are all of these used? Every single one of them is used.
It was
but they weren't. They
tough
were just,
luck.
They were just closed.
Fortunately, they have an alternative. This is a really blurry picture, but in the basement, they have a baggage room where you can store your bags.
And it was actually cheaper, too.
Yeah, so the storage locker is $7 for a big one, and the little baggage room was $4. The only downside is the baggage room closes at 8 p.m., so you can't, like, stay out all night.
Yeah, so if you leave your bag there, then womp womp, you don't get it. And we got there at like 7:45, and we were like one of the last ones there.
We had to pick up our lonely bags.
Yeah.
Here's a shot of the train station itself in Kyoto. I think it's pretty straightforward. There's only two exits. There's a north exit and a south exit. And the baggage room is clearly marked where to go. So it's pretty easy to get around, even though it's huge.
I felt like the Kyoto train station was more old school because the bathrooms were squatties.
Oh yeah, Kyoto's
and
much
I was
older.
like, ew, what is this? I have to squat to pee?
I peed fine in the squatty.
Well, you have to stand up to pee, dude. And,
It's like a urinal, but on the
yeah,
ground.
but Tokyo and Osaka, they had, like, the legit bathrooms.
With toilets.
With the heated toilets and the bidets and, you know, toilets that had music and it dried your butt. Like, I really...
Tried your butt.
Yeah, like, that was nice.
Oh. Alright, so since we were in Kyoto for just part of the day, Kyoto is basically full... How do I spell this? Kiyomizu Dera?
Where are you looking?
I think I spell it Kiyomizu Temple.
Okay.
So Kyoto is full of temples, but we were only going to be there for like 6 hours, so we knew we had to pick one temple to go to.
This was definitely the best
And
one.
I think this is the best one because there's lots of things to see and do.
But it was so hot. Oh my god. It was like 95 degrees, 100% humidity. My hair was all over the place. And, you know, people there...
That's what we're worried about, our hair.
People there don't show cleavage. They can show as much leg as they want. So I wore, like, pretty much underwear and a t-shirt because it was just... Or, like,
We should have brought an umbrella like these guys.
Yeah, but... you just look silly. Like that dude with the small umbrella. You just look silly.
So Kiyomizu, we went in September. Definitely go in like October or something when it's not as hot.
Yeah, go in October or November because it's so freaking hot. And we went in September, like early September, and it was just so hot.
Yeah. And a lot of people like to
there-
wear their kimonos in Kyoto also.
I don't know
And
how
it's-
they like could breathe in that.
And it's not locals. I think it's all tourists.
Yeah, they would either like rent it or buy it. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like way too hot for that, girl.
So hot.
So anyways, Kiyomizu Temple. We chose this place because there's lots of things to do there. So when you go there, there's a little side temple that doesn't have many people at it because it's not very popular. There's no English markings or anything. It's just this plain, dark building. No one knows what it's about. So I had to find this on the internets. And apparently, this temple is called Entering the Womb of Buddha. So it's a little confusing because I thought Buddha was a dude, but
Apparently he has a womb.
he's got a womb, and we're entering his
and
womb.
you can enter it, and it's completely dark. So
Pitch black.
So what we did was we went up to the guy. He was trying to explain it to us, except he was saying it in Japanese. So we were like, okay, we don't understand you. And then he's just like, you know, hand motioning things like make sure you don't fall. You have to take your shoes off.
He's like, feel up the
He's like,
rope.
hold your shoes and then make sure you hold the railing.
It's like beads,
And-
like monk beads, so they're like
Yeah.
balls.
So Jason was in front of me. He was walking, and then I was behind him, and then I was feeling the beads. And I was like, I kept on feeling it. And then Jason was like, honey, you're standing in front of a wall and you've been there for a while. And I was like, I'm in front of a wall? I didn't even realize. And I went like this and it was a wall. I was facing a wall the entire time. So I had to turn and then we walked slowly and it was pitch black, completely black.
Couldn't see a thing, but
Couldn't see anything. Like somebody could have been standing next to me and I wouldn't even
no
know.
stairs. You just
There
go
were
down
no
this
stairs.
slope.
It was like a slope and then you see this big stone with a light on top of it and it's like whoa, and then you put your hand over it and you make a wish and then you exit, and the exit is like you go around the corner and there's a small staircase with like 10 steps and I'm like, oh my god, we spent like 15 minutes going down there
And 2 seconds going up.
and coming up was like 2 seconds. I'm like, well, we were just in someone's basement.
The womb of Buddha
The
in
womb of
someone's
Buddha.
basement.
Yeah.
But it was really fun and cool. It was very interesting.
It was very interesting.
I think we had to
a lot
pay-
of people didn't realize what it was.
So not a lot of people do it, but I think you have to pay like $1, and it's a cool experience.
It was a really cool experience, and you get to make a wish, and that's always a good thing.
So that's entering the womb of Buddha. Make sure you check that out. At temples all over Japan, you wash your hands. Don't drink the water. This is just for washing your hands.
Yeah, so I guess like people there are very into cleansing. So when you wash your hands with the holy water or whatever, then you're cleansing yourself from the
Yeah.
outside, like any kind of free radicals or whatever. So when you go into the temple, you're
Free
like
radicals.
you're like pure. Yeah.
Very scientific.
Yeah.
Yep, do not drink. This
That's
is
a very unflattering picture of me.
this is a 200-pound staff that a monk
Yeah,
had
so-
that we're trying to pick up.
So everybody lines up and they try to lift this staff. There's a small one, there's a big one. That puny girl over there is trying to lift the little one, as you can see. And I'm trying to lift this gigantic one, and I couldn't even lift it up like an inch. It was so heavy.
I think it's a great picture of you, honey.
I think there were 2 guys who ended up going over there and doing it
But
together.
they did it together.
But they cheated.
That's cheating.
That's cheating.
Blah.
So this is like, Thor's hammer.
Exactly.
So-
Thor's hammer in Japan.
Anybody who's strong enough can try it out.
So Kiyomizu Temple, it's on a hill, and at the top of the hill you can see the city of Kyoto behind you, and on this other part of the hill, if you look down, you can see this part of the temple, and there's 3 little spouts of
That's spring water. That's
coming from
pure
the mountain.
spring water, and that is drinkable. So there's a line right there, and you can see people getting cups, and then you can wash your hands with it, and then you can drink it. But since there's a line, you obviously don't want to hold anyone up, so you just take a small sip and then you leave.
Yep. And before we get down there, we're like inside the actual shrine where you can ring this big bell gong.
Yeah.
It's like you strike it 3 times, you make a wish, something like that.
Yeah, you like bow to it a few times.
There's also incense you can burn and smell.
That's me wafting it into my face.
Waff.
And wafting it into my face.
I love the smell of incense. It's like burning.
See, I'm like so freaking hot, people. I don't know what they're wearing. I'm like dying.
Alright, so finally we're gonna walk down the stairs to get to the water. There's like this field trip going on. It's like the first week of September, and all these kids are on field trips in Japan.
It was like
already.
a group of girls and a group of guys, and we were in the middle of the group of girls. And then this lady comes around giving cups to everyone, and she kind of shoves me out of the way, and I'm like, what? So I guess like the girls wanted to all be together, and I guess we were kind of separating them from being together.
Yeah.
So they ended up all cutting in front of us.
So they put
And
us.
we were like, whatever.
They just put us between the girls.
They put us
and
between the
guys.
girls and the boys so that at least they were together. And this building right here was a gym, so we were fighting Pokemon on there.
Oh, that
and
type
then
of
we
gym.
ended up putting your Tauros.
Put a
in
Tauros in there. America.
We didn't end up catching a Farfetch, which was really sad, but that's another
Yeah.
story.
Oh, so here's what I was talking about. Before we were up here in this thing looking down, and here we are at the bottom looking up. And here's the water. You can see it from this angle. People come out with their little spoons catching the water to drink.
Yeah, so those cups with the handles were actually in this machine that blasts UV light on them.
Yeah,
and
so
then
they're
it
clean.
Sterilizes them. Well, sterilizes
They're
them.
clean.
But nobody really puts their mouth on it anyway.
Yeah.
People just like, cup it in their hand and they drink
Right.
the water.
Here's all the school kids in the background.
Yeah, I had to take this picture really fast because the line was moving really, really fast. And we were kind of like,
Yep.
repositioning. But this is the uglier version of the temple. This is like the back of
This
it.
is from the bottom of the hill, and I'm showing this picture because the thing about this temple is it was built so long ago, they used no nails to build the temple.
Everything was like Legos. It was just...
Like linking
Like,
logs and
yeah,
Legos.
like everything was linked together, and I don't know how this can withhold any kind of earthquake, but
I know, it's
apparently it
crazy.
has for hundreds of years.
Those monks, they knew what they were doing. Here we're getting our fortunes. You shake this box, you
Yeah,
pull out
I'm
a
literally
chopstick.
shaking it, and in the middle of shaking it, the guy's just like, "All right, you're done," because I couldn't get the stupid thing out because there are
Those
these little.
chopsticks.
Yeah, they're like wooden rods, and then it comes out of this tiny little hole, and I was trying to get it out, and he was just like, really? Really?
It's like,
no?"
come on. Temple of Love. That's another.
That
like,
one is like if you
are single.
don't have love in your life and you want to wish for it,
Yeah.
then you go ahead and you do that, and we didn't do that. But this was the other...
Here's our fortune.
Yeah, this was the fortune that we got.
I think I got the number 11, great good fortune, and
Mine was just good fortune.
you got the 42, honey. I'm sorry.
It said, even if slightly long-term, you will recover from my illness. I actually did come back with a cold, so I did recover. But it's not really slightly long-term.
And mine says,
You will recover.
for mine, the third one down, the person that you await, if you wait, he will come. So I'm actually secretly in the closet, and I'm waiting for him to come.
Well, what if I'm a dude? Does that count?
And then for Kathy's, if he comes, he will be late.
That is so wrong.
Okay, all right. So you're supposed to tie it to this little thing, but we were just like, screw it.
Yeah,
just
we kept ours. Because, if it rained, it would just be destroyed.
Here's a shot of the love stone. I took a photo of this other couple here. There's one stone here and another stone like a bit further away. You're supposed to touch one, close your eyes, and go touch
and
the
try
other one.
walking towards the other one. And then if you do, then you find love and blah, blah, blah. I
Yeah.
actually did this in China, and it was... You start from one area, and then you walk to a tree. But I cheated because my family was, like, saying which direction to go to. Nobody was doing it.
I can do it.
I don't think you can. It's hard.
They have lots of things that you can touch at this temple. So we touched this bronze dude for good luck
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
his stomach. That's why his stomach is all bright colored.
Oh, here's another shot of that drinking water. I really like that drinking water. It was really
Yeah,
tasty.
the water was really sweet.
Sweet and minerally. It was great.
It was good. I wish I had bottled it. I really wanted to, but because the line was moving so fast, I didn't want to be,
Here's
the
let me
hoarder
move
of
my
the
mouse.
water.
Here's a little pagoda in the distance.
That's
so
cute.
cute. And like I said, you're at the top of a hill, and there's Kyoto in the background. Not too many skyscrapers in Kyoto. More.
Yeah, it was more like old.
Kyoto's more old school.
buildings.
We walked down. So to get up to the temple, you had to walk through all these shops, and here we are walking back down. And all these shops, they sell
They sold everything.
everything.
Like, you see hot dogs there. Like, right there.
Well, 1,000 years ago, when monks were going to the temple, they needed to eat.
Not hot dogs.
Not
though.
hot dogs, but they still ate. And now,
Yeah.
now everything is.
So they sold pickled vegetables that the monks ate, and we
Right.
tried that. It was actually
That's
pretty
pretty
good.
good.
But it was just so hot, and our bags were, like, really...
Yeah. Here's
So-
mochi, which was really good.
Yeah, we ended up buying some of this mochi, too, even though you know,
Note
it was
to
really
self,
hot.
buy this at the airport so you don't have to carry it around with you the whole
It is
day.
the same price at the airport, and you don't have to pay tax on it.
Yeah.
So you might as well just get it there and stuff it into your bag and
I'm
just take
surprised
it through customs.
that it was the same price at the airport and the same amount of variety at the airport as well.
Yeah.
So next time, I'm just going to buy it at the airport.
Otherwise, we're just carrying it around for like 5 hours in the heat, and that was not
Yep.
fun.
They also, because of all the tourists now, they do sell little souvenirs and trinkets.
Yeah, these are really cute.
Cute stuff. Here's some food on a stick. I forgot what these were.
We got the cuttlefish, the fourth one.
This one.
This one.
This one. We
Yeah,
got the
we got that
cuttlefish.
That one was
Ikage.
So it's just on a stick, and they fry it, and then you eat it, and it's like kind of like a fish ball or like fish tofu.
Yeah. It was good.
That was me. Those two girls are like, okay.
Is this a flattering picture of you, honey?
It's not a flattering picture. I look like a fat ass, but thank you very much.
I like the two girls right here, like, wow, look
All
at her.
right, we'll move to the next picture.
Here's some candy.
So these are bento box candies.
They're so cute. They're like pieces of candy shaped like sushi.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Adorable. Adorbs. All right, so then after Kiyomizu, we wanted to go to the next place, which is not Ginza.
No.
The other place. The other place in what's that? Ah, crap! I forgot what it's called now. But it's the other Gion. So we had to go We had to walk through Higashima to get to this place called Gion.
Is that how you spell it? I thought there was a Y in there.
Close enough. Something like this. And so basically the walk through Higashima is it's very old school, traditional.
This is where the geishas were, right? This is the geisha house?
Gion is where all the geisha houses are.
Yeah.
But this area is very old school. There's lots of wooden buildings and stuff. A lot of people walking, pedestrians everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of restaurants and shops, but they were closed, I think, because it was the middle of the day. For whatever reason. Hey, folks, thanks for joining us. We are streaming some pics from Japan. Hopefully you guys will check out. Maybe it'll encourage you guys to take a trip to Japan, too. It was a fun time. Higashima. Yeah. What is this? This is...
The plum place.
They really like plums.
So they like pickled plums, and this lady was like, here, you want to try some? And I was like, sure. So I tried it, and it was super sour, and she goes, oh, that's the sour one. And I was like, really? And then she gives me another one, and she goes, this is very sweet. And I try it, and it was super sour, and she was like, oh, okay.
But I guess monks back in the day really liked their sour plums.
Yeah,
in fact,
I'm not a fan.
This store had 100
wall.
varieties of plum.
Yeah, and they all tasted the same to me, and it was all bleh.
Did not
So
like.
I didn't buy any, even though they're probably famous for that.
Right. But anyways, Higashima, very traditional, old school looking, very cutesy. We walked around, we headed up to this really old pagoda. I believe it's called the Yasaka Pagoda, and it's one of the only pagodas that you can walk into and walk all the way up. But I believe it was closed for renovations, so we couldn't even go up it. Sad face.
Yeah, we couldn't go, even though you made me walk all the way over there.
It was on the way to Gion.
When I have to walk a lot, I get cranky. Because if it's like 100 degrees outside and you're walking 10 miles a day, I'm just cranky.
It's fine. What is this? We found a grocery store. Whenever you go to a different country, always try to go to a grocery store.
Where the locals go to, so you just see what it's like.
You can find interesting stuff.
And it's pretty awesome. And the prices there are pretty decent, too.
So here we go. And the thing about grocery stores is you can find everything there. You can find all this sake.
Like juice box sake.
Juice box sake. Like thus.
Yeah.
So we found this little juice box and we're like, oh, what is this? Is this apple juice?
Yeah, because I thought it was juice. And then I was like, wait a minute, that word right there, I know that word because it's Chinese and it says alcohol. And then I looked on the side and it said like 15% or like 30% alcohol or something. So
And
we bought it.
it's $1.
It was
$1.
only $1, and it tasted like shit.
It tastes like $1.
It was terrible, but I drank it anyway.
There it is, dollar sake.
That's me like, should I get it? Okay.
I think we should have bought like 5 of them to bring back and give out to people.
Yeah. Like, here's some shitty sake. Have fun with that.
Anyways, we did end up at Gion eventually. This is where all the geisha houses and tea houses are, but I guess it's in the middle of the day, so everything is closed, sadly.
Well, the geishas gotta sleep during the day.
All right, I guess they do. Let's see. So we just walked around there a bit. We found there's lots of little cool looking alleyways where, there's stone streets.
Everything is so clean. So clean.
Yeah, even these little alleyways, super clean.
Very clean.
We found this little river in the back of all these restaurants and stuff.
Yeah, that was really nice. There's cranes there.
And this is the restaurant that we decided to go eat at because we were celebrating our anniversary. And this restaurant...
So you take off your shoes at the entrance, you come in, and it's this soft cushion. And then it's like the cushion and the floor are the same height.
Yeah.
And you like dangle your feet underneath the table, and then they cook in front of you.
So they only have 16 seats. So you definitely need a reservation, but because we ate so early, we ate at 5, I guess it was okay.
Yeah. It was really good.
So in Kyoto, they're known for their fancy meals. It's called Keiseki. So it's like a prefixed menu where the chef just cooks whatever local ingredients of the season are. I don't even remember what these plates are.
It was like fish and these 2 things in the middle. That's 2 little fishies right there.
Edamame.
And then there's edamame, and then this was like mushroom and
a little soup. It was good.
Something, and then this was potato or something. A sweet potato. They're really into their sweet potatoes. And then this is like tofu or something. And then we got
sashimi plate.
Sashimi with foam. It was like some kind of foam that was like really good with the sushi. And it was all on top of ice. And the bowl was really cool. And then this was like a ball of vegetables.
With, I think there was shrimp in it.
And the soup itself was clear, but it was really flavorful. And then there's some mushrooms there. And then here, I don't remember what this one was. I think it's just like a giant mushroom. I think it's a giant mushroom.
Or a piece of fish, maybe.
Or maybe it's a piece of fish.
Is it sad that we don't remember?
Yeah, it's fish. No, it's fish. And then this was the
a little vegetable soup.
The vegetables. And then...
Oh, that was a fried pumpkin.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was like a sweet pumpkin, and it came with
a little
salt.
thing of sea salt. You dip it in, and it just brings out the flavor
of the
pumpkin.
Sweet and salty.
I just remember by the end of this meal, I was so
You're
stuffed.
too full.
I was like, I cannot eat anymore. I'm so stuffed.
There was a lot of plates of food.
Yeah, this was like a pudding, but it was savory, and it was like foamy, moussey kind of.
What was in the pudding?
Oh my god, there was so much food. I cannot believe we ate all this food. This was one meal. All of this stuff was one meal. And then this is dessert. And that's pumpkin with some yogurt or mousse or something on top. This is the view that we were looking at.
Yeah, so that's the river out in the back. There's us.
After a really hot day.
And there's
there's our chef.
One of our chefs.
I think he's the sous chef.
He made our soups.
Yeah.
So it started to pour like thunderstorms. So we pieced out of Kyoto, took a cab back to the train station, hopped on the bullet train to Osaka. We're in Osaka now. I just took a picture of this escalator because it goes flat at one point.
Oh, yeah.
You go down, then it levels out and it's flat, and then it goes down again.
Yeah, you were really amazed by that.
So in Tokyo, we had the train pass, and that let us take the train everywhere. In Osaka, we needed to take the subway, which the train pass didn't cover, and it was super confusing. Even
It's
though
really confusing.
there's
It
a
was
button,
there's a button for English,
and
but
I was still confused.
you had to like put money in first, even though you didn't know how much it cost.
Right.
And then you had to look at the map to see how much it really cost, and then
So
push the buttons to like and it looked like a freaking slot machine because there was just so many buttons to press, and then this lady, thank God she spoke English. I think
she
they
helped
were
us out.
Yeah, I think they were like from somewhere.
So basically,
But-
if you don't put in enough money in the beginning, your option isn't gonna show
Yeah,
up.
like the buttons don't light up.
So make sure you just put in tons of money because you'll
Put
get
in a
change.
lot of money, and then they give you change. And
Yeah. Yep. So here's a subway that we took. And then they have a lot of shopping streets in Osaka. Some of them are above ground, some of them are below ground. This was like a mile long underground shopping, like below the main street that we walked along to get to our hotel.
yeah, but we had so much luggage. I made you take this picture because they were biking with heels on.
It's not because I'm a pervert, I swear. But look at these heels.
No, I'm pretty sure I took this picture.
Everyone wears heels in Japan, even if you're wearing like a dress. Look at how she has to sit.
Yeah, because they're super, super short. So when they have heels on, they're like normal height. Well, not really normal height, but like, you know what I mean. So
Even for riding bikes,
I
for
know all these people are wearing like 7-inch heels, like
cobblestone
it's
streets, heels.
nothing. Like this lady, like this other lady who was walking down the street with 7-inch heels on. I'm just staring at her, and I'm like, how do you not have broken ankles by now? I have a sprained ankle just watching her walk. She was like wobbling all
Should
over the
update
place.
this. Osaka.
But yeah,
So where we stayed, it was called Dotonbori. Dotonbori. Check that place out because it's really popular especially for tourists, I guess. But
yeah, there's like a lot of nightlife and not a lot of.
it's right on the river.
There's street food.
There's tons of food, tons of people.
Tons of people.
It's mostly eating, I would say.
It's a lot of good food.
That's really the reason.
A lot of good food.
That's why we went to Osaka, to eat food.
Yeah, to eat and shop.
Here's a ramen place.
This was actually the place that that YouTube guy went to, the one who does his face.
There's a YouTube guy who ate here? Damn.
Yeah, remember we were watching it, and he was.
We didn't even eat here.
I know,
I'm
we
so
were
sad.
supposed to, but I think it was closed or something when
Yeah.
we went. They have really weird hours.
Here's a bunch of street food.
Yeah, this is a lot of street food.
Let's see. This is an interesting looking Ferris wheel.
It's a Ferris wheel. We didn't go on it though.
And like I said, it's right along the river. This is like a famous sign called the Running Man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what he's advertising. Glicka.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
I think it's Glyco.
Glyco. Here's some more of Dotonbori. The sewer grate is all fancy looking.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
Oh,
my God, this is the best takoyaki.
takoyaki.
Takoyaki I've ever had in my life. It is so good, and the line was really long.
That's octopus balls.
Mm-hmm. Which is just battered.
So look for the giant octopus out front.
It's just like
There's lots of giant things. We saw a dragon, an octopus. Here's a giant dumpling.
giant dumpling.
Here, yep, giant dumpling.
That's me eating the giant dumpling.
We saw like weird signs. Like I don't know what this is.
Yeah, it's like some dude with a wig, and he's like trying to say something. I have no idea what that says.
Here's a giant hand with onigiri.
That's just nigiri.
Nigiri, sorry. Onigiri is something different. Here's a giant puffer fish.
Yeah.
Just
Apparently, that's how you're supposed to eat nigiri. Just like
like that?
yeah, you're supposed to use your hand, and then you're supposed to just eat the whole thing.
Did not know that. We got this special deal called it's like a Osaka Aquarium and Subway pass, because we were planning to go to the aquarium, so we got this pass where we got to ride the subway for free as well. What is this? We're at the subway, and I thought this was interesting. They have women-only cars, so certain trains.
Because some Japanese guys can be perverts.
So some trains on the subway are for women only. All right, aquarium. Here we go. It's right next to this massive Ferris wheel, which we also checked out later.
Yeah.
But the aquarium's really interesting looking. It's like this giant box. It's like a I don't know. It's like
I
from
don't know
space.
why it's designed like that. It just doesn't make any sense. But the dolphins in the front are actually made out of like
They're wind chimes.
wind chimes.
Yeah.
And it makes sounds and stuff.
Yep.
So not a lot of places in the world have whale sharks, and this was one of the aquariums that had them.
One of the biggest fish in the world, the whale shark.
Mm-hmm.
So they have, what is this, a sea otter?
That's an otter.
Oh my god,
So cute.
my pictures are so blurry.
And then I don't know what these were, but they looked like
They're
they
like-
were anteaters, but they weren't. They were like anteater/lemur kind of a thing. And they were eating out of her hand, and we were like, I wonder what they're eating, and it looked like dog food. it was just like little pellets. It looked like
Little
dog
pellets.
food.
Here's a capybara. For some reason, people go crazy for this animal. It's just a
It
giant
doesn't
rat.
look. It doesn't look very big, but it's actually like the size of this table. It's gigantic.
Probably the size of our dog.
You can probably ride it.
You like my little squatting penguin?
Yeah, you were like, is that penguin pooping? I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's just sitting.
He's just sitting.
He's just sitting.
Uh,
But those penguins were like 3 feet tall. They were gigantic.
Yeah.
And this is
feeding
when they were
time
feeding
for
the dolphins. I really liked their wetsuits because they bloated up.
Ooh, we got a video. I got a video to show. Do, 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 do. Dolphin video. Let's open this with some VLC. Is it showing up? There it
Yeah.
is.
See the guy's wetsuit? It like bloats up so that his head doesn't go underwater.
Yeah, it's like he jumps in and it's instantly inflated. Ooh, our face is in the way.
It's okay.
So basically, they're just feeding the dolphins and the dolphins are flying around.
Yeah, so you know they're really smart animals.
I guess that counts as a show, right?
Yeah, it was fun. It's fun. We got like front row for that.
He's like, where's my food?
Bye-bye, dolphins.
So cool.
It was really deep down there. I don't know
Yeah.
where they go. They go all the way down.
That was really fun.
Cute. So cute. Much cuteness. Oh, here's the whale. Here's our first glimpse of the whale shark turning its butt on us. Man, more videos. What is this? What video is this? Oh, happy little manta ray friend.
It was gigantic.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's
Those are the whale
there's
sharks.
2 whale sharks and they're huge.
Yeah, they were really, really big. It was awesome because you were like standing right there, and they're so gentle. They'll just like come up to the window, and just be so majestic.
Fishies. It's just a giant tank full of fish.
And they're so slow, and
I think I was expecting more like reefs and stuff in here, but it's just a big
yeah,
open,
there was nothing there.
big open space. Tons of
nothing
fish, tons of sharks, whale sharks, hammerhead sharks, bunch of rays and stuff. You know, fishy types.
It's good.
There on the other side. Look
There's
at
a whale
that
shark.
sexy baby.
Ta-da!
Should we get a picture?
It's so pretty. Whale shark. I was trying to talk to it.
Is that your Dory?
Yes.
Oh, what is this? Oh, yep.
More
we
whale
we got our
shark
selfie
pictures.
with the whale shark.
Oh my god, you were like obsessed.
Happy
I
face.
think I took like 500 pictures.
Happy face Ray. Whale shark, whale shark. We are now in
Oh,
the
yeah.
Ferris wheel, and I'm using this fancy filter on the camera to make everything look miniature.
So cool.
And I like how they put dolphins in the Ferris wheel. And here we catch a crabby at the top of the Ferris wheel. We went to this, for whatever reason on TripAdvisor, they rated this cafe the #1 restaurant in Osaka.
And it's a pizza place.
It's a pizza place owned by an Australian guy who was a stuntman for Universal in Osaka.
And he's an artist.
He's like
and
retired from being a stuntman or something.
He's a photographer.
And he
too.
opened a cafe and an artist shop. It was really cute.
This is me with 500 other people trying to catch Pokemon. And a lot of old couples like to play Pokemon.
This is cute. It was
Old
just,
people there. And like businessmen in their suits are there playing Pokemon.
just everyone playing Pokemon at this one park. It was very funny.
And then it's really hard playing with these people because you'll beat a gym and then they snipe it before you can put anyone in there.
So at Osaka, we also went to the castle. we went to the Imperial Palace in Tokyo, and it was basically closed off. We couldn't even go inside it.
Yeah.
So then in Kyoto, we didn't have time, and I thought it was going to be boring, so we didn't go to the palace in Kyoto either. But I think Osaka Castle is worth it because you can actually go inside.
Yeah, and there's like stuff to do. There's actually, it's a museum. So
Right.
You can
So and it's not
look at
the actual
stuff.
castle, it's like rebuilt because it was destroyed so many times.
It was destroyed during the war.
It was like destroyed during World War II, and it was destroyed like hundreds and thousands of years ago when actual samurai were fighting. Like, here's, these gates are massive gates because they had to hold back thousands of warriors back in the day.
I should have taken a picture of that the samurai armor with the helmet, because the helmet had a mustache on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the helmet itself had a mustache
How do you
on
remember
it.
this stuff?
I remember because I was like, should I take a picture of this? And then I walked away. And I was like, damn it, I should have taken a picture of it.
But can you imagine thousands of years ago, you were like a samurai soldier, and you
Who
finally...
couldn't grow a mustache and had to put it on a helmet? Yeah.
No! You finally bust down this gate, and you're like, there it is, the castle. The emperor is in there. I'm gonna go kill him. And then you get shot with an arrow.
Yeah, pretty much.
So here's the castle, and here's the top of the castle. I think inside the castle itself, we weren't really allowed to take pictures because it's like actual artifacts.
Yeah, like you couldn't take pictures at all.
So here's a shot from the top. We're looking down. Now, can you imagine 1,000 years ago, you're the emperor, and you're looking down, and you're like, oh shit, there's thousands of dudes down there trying to kill me.
All those trees there have seen a lot. If
Yep.
they could talk, they would probably tell us everything, but they'll
Yep,
be
yep,
like,
yep.
so much bloodshed.
Here's a little diorama inside the castle that I took a picture
Yeah.
of. Castle. I really like
That's,
whale sharks and
yeah.
castles. On our way out, we saw a little kendo school where kids were practicing. Basically, we heard lots of shouting, and
It was pretty intense.
we thought kids were getting murdered, so we went over to check it out. They were just practicing.
They were murdering each other.
They actually just stood there and practiced hitting each other directly in the head a few times.
Yeah, they were just smacking each other in the head.
And that's Osaka Castle. Definitely check that out because the Imperial Palace in Tokyo and Kyoto were not as interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of temples, and you have to pick the ones that actually like have stuff in them for you to do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just looking at a temple and it's really boring.
So like I said, in Osaka, there's tons of streets to go shopping. This is actually a street where they've built like a little covering over the top. I think this is the famous one. This shopping street is
It's like 2 miles long.
it's like 3 kilometers long, so like 2 miles, right?
Yeah.
It's like 2 miles long, and we actually walked the entire thing.
Yeah, we did.
And just tons of shopping. Like, it's like this for 2 miles.
Yeah.
I don't know why we did this.
It was awesome. I would do it again.
Oh my god, here we go. More shopping. Oh, this
It's a lot of food.
food was
I
really
feel like a lot of
interesting.
locals come here and they buy like
This was
food.
definitely not a tourist area. This was definitely like a locals shopping area. It was called, if I can spell this right, it's like Tenjimbashisuji, something like that.
I don't know. The lady on the train said it better.
If you type this into Google, I'm sure it'll autocorrect for you.
Yeah. Tenjimbashisuji. That's so sad.
Oh my god. Oh, so
I was really excited about potato salad.
in Tokyo, we got this really awesome potato salad, so we got potato salad here. It wasn't as good.
It wasn't as good, but the other potato salad had like
And I finally got these like
Apples in
sweet
it.
ball thingies.
they're like rice balls.
Gelatinous rice balls.
Yeah, Japan's really
In
famous
syrup.
for them.
They're good. I like it. What is this? This is like a ramen.
Oh, this was the ramen place. The ramen was pretty good.
It was pretty good ramen. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not at the Flying Dragon. But it was
No, we should have gotten it there. But it was closed.
good. Yeah, here's another shot of this shopping street. Come on. It's so long.
It was really long.
Here's
I
a
bought these awesome pens there.
Here's a really dark alleyway. And I was like, oh, let's go down this dark alleyway because there's a lantern over there. I bet that's a restaurant.
Yeah, but some dude was just standing there. And I was like sketched out, so I was like, okay.
So we left.
He
but-
was like, I don't know what he was doing, but he was just standing there. And I was like,
So we had to find another place to eat. And we ended up eating here. What is this? This is called
This was-
Zauo Fishing.
Yeah, this was like underneath our hotel.
So we were like, all right, we're tired. Let's go to this place because it's right underneath our hotel. And it's really cool.
They had a video of it because I guess nobody really understood what it was. And
was like-
it's pretty much like you fish yourselves and then they can cook it for you.
Yeah, so whenever we walked in and out of our hotel,
And it's just like
there was like a
pool.
it must have been like
fish.
a motion sensor for whenever you walk in and out of your hotel because this video was always playing in English. It was like, hey, do you like fishing? Do you like to eat fish after you catch it yourself? Come on down.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, I'm coming.
So we're in the restaurant.
So this is our table. They're like, open the window and here's a pole. Good luck. And then
Yeah, so you can either sit and open this window and go fishing, or you can sit on like the boat in the middle of the water and go fishing.
and whatever you catch, you eat.
It's really cool.
It's pretty cool. We didn't get to catch anything.
Yeah,
though,
there's Kathy's sad face
because the fish were too smart. They didn't want to. So we went.
So these fish were too smart. They just swam right by us. So we went to the area with the dumb fish.
So these were the dumb fish, and then we didn't even need bait because they were just like, "Oh my god, kill me!" So
You
we
kinda
got one of
just-
those fish.
You just kind of went in there and speared them.
And then one of the options was like
Basically,
sashimi.
everyone went here.
I was like, I'm not gonna eat this fish raw because it's just been in a pool this whole time. So we deep fried it.
There it is, that deep fried fish. So good.
It was really good. They deep fried the crap out of that fish.
Oh, and it's not a small fish. It is a big.
It was
fish.
a really big fish. Like it fed
This big.
us, and we didn't eat anything else. So
I think, and it's really cheap. It's like $20, I think.
yeah, it was really cheap.
So $20 for dinner for two people is really cheap.
And it was fun. You know, you get to fish, even though it was sad for the first 15 minutes.
What is this a picture of? Oh, we had some time to kill in Osaka one morning before we got the train back to Tokyo. So we were like, I heard there's a America Town.
Oh my god.
You know, like in America, we have Chinatown, we have Koreatown, but in Japan, they have America Town.
It was so bad. There was an Apple store, there was a Burger King, and a McDonald's, and that's America Town.
And there was like bald eagles, right? And there was like a Statue of Liberty.
No, there wasn't. Where was it? I didn't see it.
I think the disappointing thing about America Town was I think it's mostly
There was
for
nothing
I
there.
think it was mostly for nightlife.
There was
and
nothing there.
we were there during the day.
We were walking around like there's no food here. There's no.
Nope.
I did get my eye drops there though.
But America Town was disappointing.
Oh yes, so we ended up getting Kobe beef in
We went back.
Dotonbori.
We went
where
back
we were
to Dotonbori and we got Kobe beef.
Because, you know, you're in Japan, you gotta get Kobe beef, no matter how expensive it is, right?
So the town of Kobe is like pretty close to Osaka, so they're pretty famous for that. So this Kobe beef, we walk into this shop and they're like, here, pick out what meat you want to eat.
There's all these different kinds of meat, and they're like, some of them are limited edition, we only have a little bit of them, and then other ones aren't as fatty, and then the other ones are too fatty, and we were like, what the hell? So we stood there for half an hour talking to the guy, and he was trying to sell us, like, the expensive stuff. And we were like, no, we're not hungry. We just want to try it, you know. And he was like, you can only buy 100 ounces of this. You can't, or 100 grams.
100 grams.
100 grams.
Which translates to, I think 50 grams is like 2 ounces.
So pretty much we bought like 3 bites of Kobe beef, and it was
What do we
$50.
got? Oh, here we go. So the thing
So-
about Kobe beef is it's got extra marbling and extra fat in the meat to give it like more flavor.
It definitely was the best beef I've ever had in my life. It was very tender,
Very good beef.
and the fat tasted so good. It was almost like bacon-like. And yeah, like this amount of beef looks like it's a lot of beef, and it really wasn't. It was like 2 bites, and that was it. It was
I think
really
this was $50.
That was $50, and it was just barely anything.
We got, what did we get? We got like the prime rib and like the short rib, I think. It was pretty good. It was really good, I
was
should
good.
say.
I
Not
mean,
pretty good,
Just
really good.
$50 just to taste it.
Just to
and then-
taste it.
And then probably like next time, I don't think we would
Yeah, you're not
spend another $50 on this again.
you're not buying this to get full, just to
No,
taste
it's just
it.
the experience. Definitely.
And we cooked it ourselves.
And I was like, shit, I don't want to burn it. This is $50, right? That's it right there. That's legit all we got.
Yeah.
It didn't look like it was a lot of meat, but that's all we got.
That's it.
And that was $50.
Kathy
and this
tried
was
to
me.
catch a Pikachu.
I tried to catch a Pikachu. I spent $5 trying to catch it, and the stupid thing only had 2 prongs on it. And it was like the hardest game.
Fail.
I don't know why I look so happy in that picture.
This is kind of like Piss Alley in Dotonbori. I'll just call this Dotonbori again. So this is kind of like Piss Alley where there's lots of little foods and shops. I think it's really cool because it's like Dotonbori is all modern with all these modern buildings, and then right next to it you have these tiny little huts made of wood. What is this? Back on Dotonbori with their...
The guy who's like, oh my god!
What?
It's the thing that I wanted to eat. The foo...
Oh!
What is it called? Fushi kushi?
The fried thingy.
Yeah, and you dip it in the sauce? That's what that was?
We were supposed to eat that.
Oh, damn.
That was on our to-eat list that we forgot to eat.
Yeah.
All right, so next time, we're going back, and we're finding this guy who's getting ready to something,
Yeah.
and we're going to eat there.
That's
He's
my
getting ready to
favorite.
fry.
All right, can you get rid of that picture? Thank you very much.
Here's Dotonbori in the daytime. We did end up having Okonomiyaki. That's their other famous thing. It's
It's like a pancake. Yeah. It was really good.
And again,
This is yakisoba.
they cook it and then they throw it on the table, which is also a grill to keep it warm. This is yakisoba. It's basically lo mein.
It's like lo mein, but
grilled noodles.
it's
very
like really thick lo mein, which is, you know, what I love because I love chewy noodles.
It was
So-
awesome. And here's our pancake with your face.
Yeah, that pancake was gigantic.
I take the worst pictures of your face.
I know you do. I hate you. It was an egg on top. It was really good. Oh man, I really missed the food there. That was the best apple juice I've ever had in my life.
Surprisingly, it's by Minute Maid,
It was the best apple juice I've ever had
but
in
it
my life.
was.
It was so good. Oh, and this is really good peach nectar.
This is the best.
We
peach
got all of
juice.
these drinks from their vending machines that are just like sitting outside. They had 1 million vending machines.
Yeah, this is actually back in Tokyo. We caught the train back because it was cheaper to fly out of the Tokyo airport as well. And basically, we went to Tokyo Tower on our last night. It's right next to this shrine, so you have a blend of old and new. And, we just got a nice nighttime view, called it a night, saying, goodbye, Tokyo, until next time.
Yeah, I would definitely go back next time.
Oh.
This was my toilet.
We'll end off on this toilet. I think this is the last picture in our series.
See, it says, on the very left, it says warm, on and off. So the toilet itself is warm. When you put your butt on it, it's, like, amazing.
Oh.
So, like, in the middle of the night, when you go to the bathroom, you're not sitting on a cold-ass toilet. You're sitting on, like, God. And then
I prefer a cold toilet.
there's a bidet to clean your crotch. And
This-
then there's a spray that goes straight up to where it's supposed to.
I
And
think
it, like, surprised me because it's, like, hot water.
I think this one is for the woman's part,
Yeah.
the bidet, and then spray
Spray is, like, this stream of water that goes, whoop, right to there.
your
And,
butthole
Yes. And,
to your butthole.
And then you can push a button to stop it. Otherwise, you just sit there.
You know,
and then it's
I
just
didn't
spraying
realize
you.
there was a stop button, so I just sat there for like 2 minutes. Like, is this gonna stop? Because you don't want to get up or you'll get water
Yeah,
everywhere.
this toilet didn't have the music one, but
They
there's
have
this.
toilets that play music.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Cause like if you don't want people to know that you're pooping, you can press the button, and it's a flushing sound. So it sounds like it's flushing, but you're actually just like taking the biggest poop of your life. But yeah, is that
Yep.
the last picture?
That's it. And that was part 2 for our trip to Japan. That's everything. Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka. Anyways, I'm gonna do a little write up, start a travel blog, make it easier for people to
Whenever
follow
we
as well.
go on a trip, we always do everything. Like, we always pack our schedule to like the hour. It's ridiculous how
I make
much
it too
stuff we
crazy.
do. It's not like, when our vacations are not relaxing. They're very exhausting.
Some of our vacations are
And
relaxing.
I think going to Japan for a week was just not enough time.
If you could do 10
I
days, do 10 days.
I think I would do 10 days.
If you could do 14 days, do 14 days. There's so much to do,
There's
so much to
so much
see.
to do, and it's not cheap though. Like,
For our 7 days, we spent like, I think we
Six-
spent 2,000 to 2,500.
no, it was like five. It was like 5,000 for the week for both of us.
Yeah, so like 2,500. But that's because we spent a
Yeah.
lot on souvenirs that we didn't need to buy.
We didn't spend that much on souvenirs.
I think we could probably get by spending. You could probably spend like 2,000.
It would have been a lot more if we didn't get any points from our credit card, because I bought our plane tickets with credit card points.
That's
so
true.
It would have been like $6,000 for the week, but you know, vacations are expensive, and if you're gonna go somewhere that far, you can't cheap out and just eat, you know, the cheap stuff all day. You have to go out and actually enjoy yourself.
Yep.
So that was that.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm going to do a little write-up on a travel blog. Maybe I'll throw it up on Imager and Reddit as well for people to check out our itinerary. Hopefully this has been helpful for you guys if anyone else is planning a trip to Japan.
Let us know.
See you later. We'll be back playing video games on our normal stream next week.
Yeah.
Until our next travel blog. Sayonara!
Sayonara, suckers.